What is up, my fellow slot car nerds? This is Michael coming to you from Big Oak Raceway. Going to do a little review on the Emulator by OmniSlotBox. What the emulator is, it comes with this box where you can switch between your digital track and your analog track. This is something that I've been wanting to do for probably since I got the track in November 2023, and all the videos and stuff that I watched about it kind of made me a little nervous just for cracking open the CU and the different wires and everything. So in talking to Joe from Herrera's Carrera about it in Messenger one night, um, he was telling me about OmniSlotBox and how they had the emulator and it wasn't all that expensive. And within an hour, I think I had it on order. They shipped it a couple days later. It did get held up in the post because of the snowstorm that we got, probably like 8 to 10 inches of snow, and it pretty much crippled it. So it was about a week delay on that, but that is not Omni's fault. Their customer service was excellent. They shipped within a day or two. And like I said, it just got caught up in the mail. So everything that you need comes with the order. So it comes with the CU already, and the wiring and everything is already installed into the CU. You got the boxes already connected. You don't have to do anything with the CU as far as breaking it open, ruining your warranty, what have you. Before you get started, though, you take out your old CU and you use this what's it called here? The continuity tester that is provided in the purchase. So what you do is you take out your old CU, you connect this to the rail 1, which is the closest rail to the CU. After you clip that on, then you touch each rail after that. If the light does not come on, then you do not have a continuity issue. So you do that for rail number 1, then you go to rail number 2 and you touch the other 3, then so on and so forth. If you do not get any lights, then you're good to go. You're good to set up the CU. Go ahead and install it, get everything hooked up. But if you do have a continuity issue, if you do get a light on this thing, then you'll have to figure out what it is that is going to prevent you from having a good connection, good continuity with your rails. The common thing is that if you have a single lane change in the curve, you have to take out the jumper wire, and I believe it's the jumper wire goes from one rail, one lane to the change lane, the one that runs in the middle that actually changes the lanes. You got to take that out because it will cause continuity issues with your rails. What I did before I received it, I went ahead and took those and cut them out because I knew which ones I needed to cut out, because you can go on to the Facebook page and get the instructions before you even receive your module, before you even receive the product. I went ahead and cut mine ahead of time. And then the only thing that I was interested to see is I have one jumper on the track, and if one of those wires are crossed, one, you would know it before you even got the OmniSlotBox. But if you had one of the wires wrong going to a different rail, then it would show up and you would get a light and you would have to figure out which one was which. So no lights, good thing. Lights, got to figure it out. Got to figure out what's going on. Once you get no lights after the retest, like I said, you're good to go with setting up your slot box, your emulator. So what I got my variable power supply set at 13.5 volts. So I'm going to go ahead and power the unit on. As you can see, the emulator lit up. We're in digital mode right now, the box. So green light, oh, I'm sorry, we're in analog. Green light means analog. We switch it to digital. Red light means digital. So we're going to do analog mode right now. So we're going to flip that switch down. We got a green light up top, which coordinates green with analog. Got a light for lane 1, light for lane 2. So we should have power on both of those. First thing you want to do, you got to set up your controllers. So you got to figure out, if you want controller port number 1 to run lane 1, controller port number 2 to run lane 2. It's very simple. You have 2 switches here. So this switch is for lane 1, so you hold that up. Lane 1 green light stays on. Lane 2 green light goes off. You code it just like you would a car to a controller. So you hit your code button once, hit your lane change button, let go of the switch. We're going to put a car on lane 1, and we got power. A car on lane 2 with the lane 1 controller, nothing. So you got that one set up. So now we're going to set up the car for lane 2, or the controller for lane 2. So we hold the switch up, lane 1 light goes out, lane 2 powered up. We're going to code it, hit our lane change button for controller number 2, goes through the process. We let go of the switch, put a car on lane 2, we got power. So that's just like coding a digital car to a controller, because inside this box are 2 digital decoder chips. One runs lane 1, the other one runs lane 2. So, and that's good because when you set up these cars, if you want to set the speed, the same speed, you don't do anything with the code buttons, the code switches. So on your CU, hit the speed button. We're gonna hit the speed button until we get 100%. We're gonna hit start. So now both lanes are at equal power, 100% power, or power level 10, however you want to say it. And then the brake, we're going to do 40%. We can set that. So both lanes are the same. Fuel level, we're at 100%. We set that just like we would for a car, if we were doing it for a car, a digital car on the track. So now we got lane 1, 100% power. Lane 2, oh, I gotta get the lane 2 controller, see? Lane 2, we got 100% power. We'll just bring this car around because I didn't, it went too far, I couldn't reach it. So we got our lane 2, same power. If you have somebody new and you want to reduce the power on a lane, you can do that just like you would on a digital car. So the way that you do that is, if we want to change the power on lane 2 and leave lane 1 the same, we're going to hold up the code button on lane 2. We're going to hit the speed, and we're going to put it on, let's put it on 50%, and we're going to hit the start button till all the lights go, and then we're going to release it. Now we should have only 50% power on lane 2. See, you can tell it's a little bit slower. Well, 50% slower than the other lane. But that's for any new people that you might have coming over that aren't used to driving, and you want them to have fun too. So that's the deal with that. And you can also set your fuel, because if you're using Smart Race, the Smart Race analog app, there is a fuel setting that you can use, and it makes it pretty interesting. So you can reduce the fuel to maybe half a tank, 50%. That way you'll have to stop a little bit more. These in analog mode you can go quite a few laps before you're gonna need to fuel up before you run out, because it's not on that time-based stuff like digital. So that's the analog side. Now to switch to digital, you just flip that switch up and you get the red light. So now everything should be just like it would be if you're running a digital car. So if I want to run this digital car, I'm going to code it to this controller number 2. Lights flash, obviously, just like always. And then now we got our digital mode. I have not really tried to run my digital cars in analog mode, only because I don't think that I'm going to do that. So that is not going to be part of the review. This really only the review to explain the emulator, what I've found, and to to test it. And if you're in digital mode and you put an analog car on the track, it is going to run backwards. So don't forget to do that. I hope this video helps. Like, subscribe, share. It does help the channel. And I hope this helps everybody that is thinking about doing this digital to analog track. See you soon. Peace.